Hi, I'm talking to you from the Castro district in San Francisco. This is the gay neighborhood of the city, just right down there. And I'm up in the hills right behind the Castro. This seems like a place to talk about whether you can serve Christ and be gay. Can you be both? Can you do both? Can you be both? I would argue that you cannot be both. Let me tell you a story about when I came down here in 1980. I was a young boy, and here I met guys from all over the world, literally. We all had something in common. We definitely grew up very alienated, picked on, hurt, bullied, you name it. That was definitely a common denominator that we had. And it just created a bond immediately between us. And that was a great feeling that we all had here amongst ourselves. You can't really understand it until maybe you've been there yourself and you've known what it's like to be an outsider and to be somebody that nobody wanted to be around, and then suddenly you're like around people that are just the same as you and experience the same things that you did, and they can understand you and they can relate. You could really be yourself around them, and that was powerful. That was a powerful thing back then for any of us, because we had felt so alone for so long. And we came here. We came to the Castro from all over, right down there. Right down there. This is what I'm talking about. That is the famous Castro district of San Francisco. And this is where we all ended up somehow. It was just the place to be back then. But you have to remember that this was also the era of AIDS. And coming down here, coming out, and being gay, that was a big deal. You were putting your life at risk. You could die. Back then, AIDS was a death sentence. It wasn't like it is now. It's a different kind of death sentence now. It's a slower death. Back then, it was a pretty quick one and a painful one. But we had to be here. We just had to be here. And this was my world here for a long time. Just beyond those hills there where you see the high-rises, where the Castro ends, that was sort of the end of the world to me. This was a protective place here. This is where I knew I would be among people that understood me and accepted me and loved me. And then this begs, now we go to the question, can you serve both? Can you serve Christ and be gay? You can't. You can't do it. You can't call yourself gay, and you can't call yourself a Catholic or a Christian at the same time, because you're serving two at that point. You're serving two. You're serving God, and you're serving gay. You might not think you are, but that's exactly there's the rainbow. There's the rainbow flag in the Castro, right there, and a symbol for many of us that made the journey here so long ago. Why can't you be gay and Christian? Why can't I call myself gay and call myself a Catholic at the same time? Because, you know, when I left the gay lifestyle, I walked out of this place. I left this place over those hills, across the Golden Gate Bridge, and back home to my parents' place, to my parents' home. That's where I left. So for me, leaving the gay lifestyle, leaving homosexuality, if you want to say, leaving those things was a physical thing, and it was a spiritual and mental thing. I walked away. I left it behind. I left all of this behind. I just said goodbye to it, and that was it. Now, a lot of people hang on to that gay life. They might not be living in a gay neighborhood, a gayborhood, or a gay ghetto. They might not be living here, and they certainly are not living the gay life, but that gay neighborhood is still here. You know, when you subscribe to it and say, I'm gay, you know, you're making it's a pretty small world you're creating in your head. And then sometimes these people that, you know, play these kind of mind games get together and call themselves all gay Catholics or gay Christians. And they sort of create a little gay ghetto for themselves together. But it's a lie, because you're still here. You might not be physically here, but you're here mentally. You're here in the Castro, and you're here in the gay neighborhood. And you're still in the gay lifestyle. You are still gay. And for everything that means. That's why I started talking about what it meant to come down here as young boys, 18-year-old kids, really, and what that meant. It meant security. It meant people understanding us. It meant love. What we thought was love. When you say you're gay, you're still saying, I need that. I need that kind of love. Okay? I need a gay love. I need something that only another gay person can understand, or that somebody can only give me if they know that I'm gay, or that I say that I'm gay. They're giving me something that this gay self, that my gay identity needs. Not something that I need, something that I need as a human being. Okay? And that's wrong. That's wrong. That is just sick, and that's going to trap you forever in that gay mindset. Forever. You'll never get out of it. The way to stop is to leave. To leave. Leave this place. There's the hill. That's the hill that I left. That's the road that I had to walk away from. And believe me, it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy thing to do. It wasn't something I did haphazardly, that I just woke up one day and said, you know what, I'm not going to be gay anymore. I'm going to walk out of here. This is where I had spent most of my life. Certainly all of my adult life. My friends had died here. Everything I loved was here. I was giving up everything, I thought. But I was gaining everything. Just leave it all behind. Don't call yourself gay anymore. You're not a gay Catholic, and you're not a gay Christian. You're a Catholic. You're a Christian. And that's the end of it. This place will trap you. It will trap you here, and it will trap you in here. And God is the only one, Jesus Christ, our Lord Jesus Christ, who wants to give you everything, who wants to get you out of here. He will save you. He will bring you into the light. He will do this for you, and you will no longer be what you thought you were. God bless you all.